you go. Yours is ready to go.
Good evening. I'm here to speak about planning application 2403763, the change of use of Heartlands Care Home into 8 one-bedroom flats. The home was shot in December of last year following an inadequate care quality commission report and was subsequently sold. With Shropshire Council's policy of prioritising in-home care, reopening the Heartlands would not be economically viable. Also, with the recent opening of Bluebell View, Oswestry is well served in residential care homes, and the loss of the Heartlands, we believe, would not be felt. We've considered keeping the building as a C2 and providing care to a different eligible groups, such as young care leavers or substance abuse recoverees. We've also looked at the building's suitability as an HMO. However, none of these options were felt to be acceptable, given the residential location of the Heartlands, and we believe apartments to be the best appropriate use for the building. One concern when any development is proposed in a residential area is parking. When the Heartlands was operating as a care home, it required up to 8 parking spaces, yet only provided 2 spaces off-road. Under highway requirements, our proposal would also require up to 8 spaces. However, we propose to increase the number of off-road spaces to 6, thus improving the residential on-road parking by reducing the Heartlands' parking need from 6 to just 2 on-road spaces. To conclude, the conversion is to a property that is no longer suitable for use as a care facility, and we hope that our proposal for conversion for residential use is something that the Town Council is able to support. Thank you. Talk.
Okay, thank you very much for that. It will be discussed later on the agenda. You're welcome to stay if you wish. Yeah. Okay, item 2, apologies. What have we had?
Apologies for absence from the Mayor, Councillor Moore, Councillor Price, Councillor Milner, Councillor Upton, Councillor Radford, Councillor Stackhouse and fresh in Councillor Maguire.
We happy to note that?
Yeah.
Okay, noted, thank you. 2B is a closure of council's interest. You all know the rules around that, so if there is anything, please shout out and Aaron can note it. Item 3, approval of the minutes from the meeting held on the 18th of September. Yeah, Councillor Froggett, Holly Rose. Everybody agree with that? Okay, thank you. Okay, item 4, planning applications, development in the town. So if we go to our list. Pardon? Yeah, we're in agreement for that? Yep. Yeah, okay, so if we do the Heartland ones first, which is 2403763 full, 57 Solop Road, and that's change of use from residential care to 8 one-bed apartments. Okay, I'll open it up to the floor. Yep, Councillor Kerr.
I know, it would help, wouldn't it? Yeah, as the local councillor for the area, I would be in favour of this. I think, Salop Road has got a number of apartments on it, but I think it's a suitable place for such a development. I'm very pleased that we're not going for the housing multiple occupation. That has been really problematic in that area, and we're having concerns at the moment about that form of development. But I think self-contained accommodation is needed in the town, and I think this is a reasonable location for it. Ideally, I'd like to see 1 car park in place for each resident, but I do understand that that's probably not feasible, and that we're trying to live in a world where people don't need a car anyway, so maybe it's close enough to public transport links for public transport to be used.
Okay, thank you for that. Any more comments? Yeah, Councillor Jones.
I'll second that, yeah. As the gentleman said, Heartlands is demised. I don't think it was a suitable place anymore. I've actually visited Bluebell's nursing home. I'm not going there quite yet, but at £6,000 a month, it's a bit steep. But it was a lovely place for the right people. So I think this would be we've had these sort of they were trying to put one down Salop Road like this, but which didn't really suitable area. But I think this is quite a good place for it to be, and hopefully it'll bring more people into Oswestry as well, which is and live in Oswestry. That's the new mantra. If you can get people to live in the town, it'll make the town busier. So I'm keen.
Okay, thank you very
So I'll
much. for that.
second, if Duncan's, I'll second it.
Okay. Any more comments? Okay. Put that to the vote then, that we have no objections to it. All in agreement? You note that, Aaron? No observations, yeah. Okay, happy with that? You're welcome. Okay, thank you. Thanks, bye-bye. Okay, if we go back to the top of the agenda then, 240323, which is 2527 Church Street, alterations. I think Gillam's have got the butcher's shop next door and they want to alter the frontage, so it kind of looks the same. Yeah, Councillor Corbett.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good idea. I mean, obviously the butcher shop has been very for a while. I think having Gillen's expand but maintain its appearance is something we should support.
Okay, thank you for that. Yeah.
Have we got a better view of what it's going to look like? Because, I mean, Radford's has been there since probably about 1925. And I do like the look of the butcher's shop as we're walking past. It's good for the street scene. We spent a lot of money trying to make the street look like it was a few years ago, and now we're trying to take it apart. So I'm not quite sure. I'd like to see better visuals of what it's going to be, really, because Radford is quite an iconic shop, and the history of it.
Aren't they under the shop frontage scheme? And so it'll be it'll be made to look like the existing one that they've already got in Gillam, so it'll be a matching shop front.
Yeah, I
It's
think,
not really how it's still looking like a butcher's when it's not.
no, they're taking a big window out and putting smaller windows in the serving hatch, I think.
Yeah, which is the same as what they've got
So
now.
it's like a mirror image of what's next door.
Yeah.
Okay, Councillor.
I also noticed they're asking for a sign to be put sort of in the middle of the two properties, where under the listing there's currently like a little metal thing of Hercules, but it seems to be exactly where the sign is. So I just want to make sure that their design does take into account the listing specifically does state that that metal image is part of the listing.
Okay, anyone else? Any more comments?
Just looking at it, it looks to me as though it's a shop front on the other side, on the chemist side.
Is there any more pictures? Was there? I could try and find some. Oh yeah, there isn't. It's all on the planning portal, you see, so we don't get anything. Are you on the planning portal? Yeah, so that's the same images we've got there.
Yeah.
The one on the left is that Gibbons, or is it?
The left is the butcher's.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, so it is for white.
Yeah. I'll say comments we wish to make.
Could you just note the listing does mention where the
Yeah.
sign is?
Have you got that, Aaron?
It's like a little metal image, and it's quite faded. It probably needs some restoration, but it does seem to be where the hanging sign has been requested to be placed.
I think there's some protected features on that building, isn't there? 'Cause you've got things like the White Horse above it as well, and things like that.
Yeah.
So I think they just need to be mindful that the features there are sort of kept protected.
The white horse was missing there.
Yeah. Yes, but they weren't able to repair it, were they? Because it's listed. So
Yeah.
The story behind it. Yeah, I think those features
Yeah.
all work for them.
Yeah.
Okay, Aaron?
Just comment about being mindful of the shop front design scheme that.
Yeah, the listed building and the history and heritage attached to it. Okay, the next one is for the same place. Oh, well, the one was full planning. What's LBC? Building consent, is it? Same application. Okay. Well, it went to consultation on the 3rd, so What are we on there? We're still going to get our comments in. Yeah. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, third one, 24034118, 56 Solid Road, Fell number 1, Sycamore, and 6 wild cherries within the conservation area. I haven't been to see this one, but
That's where they've just built those new properties.
Mhm.
I guess that's why they've stopped building.
I mean, it's, I mean, a sycamore, they grow anywhere, don't they? But the wild cherries wouldn't be quite so big, and they are quite pretty trees, the cherries, aren't they? So I don't know why they need to do that.
There's any better really for us than
Mm.
saying they want to plant them. They're saying they should plant them as more suitable species growing. But
Cause an unreasonable shade. Well, surely they can do something with the crown of the cherries to stop that. They're not a fast-growing tree.
I think, sorry, I'll move that they take account of the two officers' report. They're claiming it's damaging a boundary wall, so the two officers will have to advise on that.
Yeah.
That's the two officers, I think. And I think on the others, I don't actually understand why you want to take 6 self-seeded cherry trees down and place them with 6 vermin trees. I just don't understand that.
Can we put some words, Aaron, that we take advice of the tree officer with the sycamore if it's damaging a retaining wall, and can they look at maybe doing a trim on the wild cherry rather than removing them? You know, that should have been picked up on planning in the beginning, not to say, oh, we built the houses and they've got no light because the trees in the way.
But also, why are you chopping down trees
Mhm.
because they're providing shade and then putting more trees there? So that's
Crown. Yeah,
Sorry, they don't like cherry. We prefer the look of rowan.
yeah.
Like it's not that different. Is it?
Reducing the crown,
Yeah.
takes the bottom branches off and lifts it up
And
a
they
bit.
wasn't that bothered. They just trim off the stuff in their side.
Okay, thank you for that. The next one, 24035552, full Premier Inn, Master Cloud. Change of use from the at the hotel. I think it's from the pub restaurant. I think they're joining it into the Premier Inn for various reasons. Any comments on that? No, I mean the building will still be there, you won't see any difference really, it's just not open to the public as a pub, is it? Okay, no observations, thank you. We've done the next one, which was Heartlands, and on the next page, planning decisions taken. There's 3 there, I'm not going to read them out, they're all granted. And that's the end of the planning bit, and now for the exciting bit, and I'm going to rely on Shropshire councillors maybe for a little bit of input on this. So item 5 is a correspondence for the place plan. Resolved at council meeting 11th of September 24 to delegate responsibility to the planning committee. Thank you full council for that. They've been carrying out a review over the past 12 months, or probably a little bit more, and the process is formally adopted by Shropshire Council's Cabinet on the 13th of March 24. So there's a table on the back with correspondence and shows various things that are in and out of the plan, so it's up for discussion.
A little bit of additional context to that, to this, in that these aren't necessarily our submissions, they're submissions that other people may have made, including Shropshire Council's own officers, including people from the health sector as well. I think what we're really looking for is a quick review of this, highlighting any concerns that you have, and perhaps trying to focus on what you think is important. from my point of view, I think there are things in there that you wouldn't want to lose from the place plan, even though there might not be funding. So if for example, education, so it is an issue that's raised here, you may say, right, okay, there may not be enough information at this point, but we don't want it to be cut from the plan because it might be an important point at a later date. So that's what we're looking for. I don't think there's really a process for feeding this back to Shropshire Council, but it was important that you saw it and had the opportunity to comment.
Okay, thanks, Aaron. Right, if I just go through each one then, and we can have a quick chat about it. The first one is the Innovation Park. It's on the place plan. There's work started on it for the infrastructure, so I guess we're all okay with that one. The second one, Strategic Road Network at Mile End. That's on the place plan. It's all to do with the business park. We all okay with that? The third one, 1219, Oswestry Sustainable Urban Extension. That was from 2019 on the place plan on unlocking housing development. I don't know what it says.
It can't be on there because it's not an affordable housing scheme. So that's a technical solution. Answer is the answer, I suppose.
Yeah.
So, it's no doubt in anything.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's already got planning permission, so we can't change it now.
1220 is healthcare opportunities. Emergency development and work being undertaken. Healthcare planning. Well, I think that needs to still be on there, doesn't it?
It's not part of the plan, though, is it? Saying that it's under the responsibility of the ICB and isn't anything to do with that, is my reading.
But just because it's under the responsibility of the care plan, does that mean it can't appear in the place plan? I didn't think it would. It says, that's it.
I think it doesn't quite fit in the place plan. It doesn't, not necessarily just that it's the ICB, it's the fact that is it an infrastructure? Is it based on additional growth? So I think you would tend to support a innovative healthcare project, wouldn't you? In Oswestry linked to the orthopaedic.
Well, I think so.
So perhaps a comment to that effect. Understand that there's not enough information at this point. However, we feel it's an important part of future investigations, something like that.
Yeah, some words like that. 1221 is broadband improvements. Says not enough information, but there's quite a lot of work going on with that at the moment, isn't there, with the various people, so it needs to be on there, doesn't it? Because I know the broadband, well, the phone signal is even worse than the broadband, certainly in a lot of areas around Oswestry. Why that is so bad in this area, I do not know, but it seems to be. I don't think it really matters what network you're on. So I think that needs to be on there for the way we're going forward with IT. 1222, electrical upgrade. Well, that's been completed, I think, now. They've upgraded the 132 network from Newtown to Oswestry. They've built the new line from Oswestry to Wen. And I think next year Scottish Power have got an upgrade on the Welsh Pool to Oswestry 132 network as well. And it's tying in with a bit of wind farmy stuff that's going up on in Carno and various places. So it's nice to see him spending a bit of money down here on the network and keeping it up to spec. 1223, flood risk management infrastructure. I don't know why they say there's not enough information. They're only going to have a drive through Oswestry tonight, haven't they? And they'll find plenty of information. I think we really need. I think that one really needs some words around it.
So how about the Oswestry Town Council will support the need for a review? It is
definitely. You know, and they need to look at the go back to the basics on the planning policies. You know, there's that many roofs, the water's coming off that quick. There's so many more roads. They're taking fields away where this would just naturally soak away, and it's trying to get down drains that are not suitable for it. And you get the flooding. I think they need a good look at that.
So yes, support the need for an urgent review to ensure plans are put in place.
Yeah. 1224, which is the upgrade at the water treatment works. Right, it's still been undertaken. I know they've done a lot of works down at the treatment works, huge amount.
Disaster that they have to redo. So I'm not sure there's a few stories going around.
Right. Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff going down Mauder Brook anyway, whether it's correct or not. So I guess we keep a finger on that one. 1225, enhancements to the public realm, place plan to include review of pedestrianisation, streetscape, shop fronts, etc., etc.
Since we have a public realm strategy, do we have such a thing? I'm not ever sure as to that's news to me, to be honest.
So there was a document produced several years ago. I don't think it was ever adopted by this town council. I wouldn't say it's a strategy as such. There's various pieces of work ongoing. I'd say that this action needs to be reviewed in light of the current work undertaken by Shropshire Council, because they're looking at the local cycling infrastructure project, aren't they?
Can Bob lead the preparation of a public realm strategy? Because we're doing a lot of work evaluating things in the public realm, aren't we? And it's not a bad idea to have some sort of short strategy, I think long strategy, some sort of short list of priorities.
Well, I suppose the question is the master plan that, or is the master plan the public realm strategy? So, yeah, more.
I think it's an issue for Bob to take forward.
Okay.
This challenge is whether we have got a clear public realm strategy as part of the master plan or in the master plan, or whether we need to do a little bit more work to have that, because without that we're not going to get any seal money, are we?
Yeah.
We need a bit of paper that says at the top of it public realm strategy. And we'll have that bit of paper.
Okay, next one, 1226, sewage treatment works. We've kind of discussed that. A review still being undertaken with Shropshire Council Infrastructure Department. That's for flooding and drainage. So that's ongoing, isn't it? 1227, additional primary school place provisions for Oswestry, Whittington, West Felton. Still currently a school place plan review being undertaken across Shropshire. This area has been identified as one that will need extra capacity due to population growth. So that's all on there and being looked at somewhere.
Should we note both of those, Chair?
Yeah.
Can we ask what the timescale is for this school place plan review?
Can you also ask about like capacity as far as obviously Woodside's very difficult with parking, etc. If they increase the number of students, they need to think of how many people are going to have to get there to certain.
So I just ask, rather than go into detail, if I just ask, can you share timescales and any available detail that you have?
Yeah.
And how you'll consult the town council over it, how we can fit in those sorts of views.
I was very surprised how they work out the number of children that will go to school from a new estate. And you think, oh, 100 houses is going to be, 50 kids or something in the little primary school. It's like about 3 or something. They've got some fancy formula. The guy from Shropshire did tell us one night. And if they come and spoke to you about it, you'd be really surprised how low it is. But it's an ongoing thing, isn't it? And families grow up and then they go to school and they move on.
Unfortunately, there's no accommodation within their reviews for places required for SEN children. Their formulas don't accommodate any spaces required for SEN. And when we think that the placement requirements for SEN children has grown over 70% in the last
So alongside understanding timescales and any detail on how it consult, we'd also like to understand how SEN
So,
children will
for
be catered.
example, Sevendale at the moment in Shrewsbury is the closest SEN provision for complex care for complex children. And they've had to actually close places for children until the age of 7 at the moment because there are no available spaces. We've got children coming to Sevendale that actually come from Wolverhampton, Bridgenorth, the other side of Birmingham. Like, and we've got our own community here that are looking for places as well. So it's, I just think when they're looking at school provision, there needs to be a provision accounted for SEN.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay, the next one, 1228, is additional secondary school places.
I picked that one up, Chair,
Yeah.
with the same comment.
Yeah,
That's okay.
I think so. Yeah, they run hand in hand, don't they?
Yeah.
Okay, 1229, affordable housing, potential for standalone units to promote accommodation over shops to help revitalise town centre.
I don't understand this, sorry, Chair, but the comment is not a specific affordable housing scheme. I thought the whole point of providing housing over shops was to make it affordable. And to use, though, maybe there's a misunderstanding of what is proposed in the scheme, but as its scheme, as the scheme actually says, for more information, contact affordable housing at shropshire.gov.uk. So our understanding is that this scheme must provide affordable housing. The comment seems to suggest it's not. Maybe it's a misunderstanding.
So should we just say this needs clarifying?
Yeah. I mean, they might have misunderstood that if somebody owns a building and there's a shop underneath and there's flats above, maybe to rent, that they think they'll want market rent for it and not affordable rent, if that makes sense, or the addition to it.
Public money in it to be affordable,
Yeah.
rather than just take it out if somebody
Yeah.
using a high level of rent. So
Yeah.
our understanding from my understanding certainly was that in taking forward and seeking consider money to go into accommodation over shops, it would be to provide affordable accommodation.
So it needs clarifying as there is an opportunity.
Well, I think we say we understood it to be for affordable housing, so why have they said it's not a specific affordable housing scheme? I have to justify why you said that rather than clarify.
Yeah.
Seems like the opposite of what we're seeking to achieve.
Affordable housing, okay.
Okay.
Yep.
1230. Expansion of the general practice and primary care facilities. Not enough information. Well, I think don't know what more information they want really, because you can't get to see anybody, can you, when you want to?
I think the key part there is they're saying to provide regional facilities, which implies when the surgery buildings in Oswestry all full to capacity, because obviously you're getting more and more different types of clinicians in there. You're getting the physiotherapists, the social prescribers,
Yep.
etc., which means that those buildings are designed for 5 or 6 GPs, GPs and a couple of nurses at capacity. So I can see why you want to have extra facilities, but I'd be concerned if they're saying provide regional facilities, if that's going to mean people having to travel to Shrewsbury or elsewhere for primary care. We should be able to provide primary care in Oswestry as a town, and that's what I would be saying, is that we should be maintaining primary care within Oswestry, not having to travel to regional facilities.
And this is the entire purpose SIL was there for, wasn't it? Is to put money into schemes such as this and to support. So, comments being this is an important priority for Oswestry.
Yep.
Anything else? We'd and needs to stay in the place plan. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, 1231 is the vase on Upper Brook Street.
Chair, I'm surprised that this has gone in this at this level of detail, really. but, you know, just as in, it's not a massive infrastructure issue. It is an issue, and I'm not but this is, yeah, I suppose this is a way of just trying to find a way of funding it, as opposed to it being an issue. And you'll note on there that Shropshire Council are actually supporting VAS signs at the moment, and it's difficult to see a way forward on that. So, yeah, I don't know if we need to add any.
Didn't we have a list of where we thought was the most important places for barriers from the police, the Reader Police, and that wasn't on it, was it?
No, that wasn't one of ours, but this is linked to the work that Osprey School have done on the car park.
Yeah.
So it feels like it's a historic issue. There's a speed camera, VAS gone up on the Trevonnin Road. There's a question of actually whether it's needed here.
It's not an area where people speed. The road's so narrow there. It's single track, isn't it? I mean, Oakhurst Road is the other area which is missed out, and I think it's a far more worrying area for speed in this area.
I think the one road is very well placed because you're coming downhill and you've been going reasonably fast. Then you can lower that.
I've heard the opposite, that residents want it further out, so I want it further out, so they want to reduce the speed as soon as you hit the 30 rather than after you've gone past their houses. This isn't a high priority for us.
So let's just put that then.
But the type of regulation might be, but I don't know what they're proposing. Not quite sure how you could.
I think if you had money to put into projects, so this is what this is all about, isn't it? This wouldn't be a project you put money into, is it?
No, I think when we think about how people and traffic move around the town, there are bigger issues about how disabled people and wheelchair users are able to get up and off curbs than what it is where there's a speed sign out of the town to warn people that there's another speed sign coming forward. I think there's other more important projects that should be looked at.
Is it too late to plan projects too, then? I mean, that's a good point, but I don't think it's down there, is it? Making the town more accessible.
I think. So,
I think there's probably a note that could be made on one of the on the infrastructure one.
not this sounds like I'm criticising the issue. I'm not criticising. It's absolutely right, and I think we can place comments in there. The SIL funding is all about mitigating the risks of growth. So you just need to, and that's what the priority for funding is. So you just need to weave it into that. It's not. I think we can certainly put it in, and we'll find somewhere. I think there is somewhere to put it.
1225, which is enhancements to the public grounds, the pedestrianisation of streets. So I think that's a more appropriate to put that kind of comment, because when you think like just even being able to navigate on and off the pavement, if you're in a mobility scooter or a wheelchair, the slope designs aren't great. They veer you off into traffic, and there's lots of broken bits of pavement and curbstones and things like that all have that impact when you're dealing with visual impairments and things like that as well. But they're all really important bits that kind of affect people moving around our town.
Could you do me a big favour? Just drop me a quick note on it, either text or an email. That'd be ace. Well,
no, that'd be good.
But
Thanks.
Lines in front of the drop curves because people always park on them, don't they? It's like they must be obvious that because technically the highways say that you shouldn't park on them and people should have the decency to do it. They shouldn't need to put things on there, but they don't. But if you did put them, they probably would obey it then. Because if you put double yellows, they're all not supposed to be there. But the highways code says that you wouldn't put a double yellow in front of it. Anyway.
Okay, 1232, A5 Whittington Road Junction improvements. Review has still been undertaken. I think if they do that roundabout, they need to look at the other roundabouts on the Stretcher Road as well.
Just leave it, shall we? Should we just leave it? I think Chelsea knows to do.
yeah. So it's a Whittington.
Yeah,
Oh, which one? Which roundabout
it's
is
the
it?
Whittington one, isn't it? By the substation.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's still past it's before Packall, isn't it?
But
The orthopaedic one is a 5 ways or something. They call that the 5 ways, don't they? So this is the one before.
the one thing I would note on this stuff is that the SIL money going on to national highway schemes.
Yeah.
it's difficult to see how that supports local people.
No.
And I know we don't have a say in it, and I know it's about bigger picture stuff, but it is, you do review some of these and go, I'm not quite sure that benefits.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to say, I would almost argue that actually, if you think about the traffic flow on those areas between Mile End to Whittington to Gabowen, like it's backed up every day, morning, afternoon, night. Weekends are absolutely terrible. So actually, if money was spent on improving the accessibility around those roundabouts, that actually the traffic would flow better, people would come in and out of the town a lot better. As it happens, you're just in a bottleneck all the time. So yeah, I would argue that. But also, I see your point that it's a highways issue. Like, why are we spending money on highways problems? But
There's also the sort of, it's quite difficult as a pedestrian or cyclist to get across that if you're expanding Whittington, Park Hall, that sort of area. They were going to have jobs in Oswestry, and people in Oswestry might work at the off-peak if you want to walk there. That's the easiest way to get out that way.
If they cut the grass on it, it'd help. They should be able to see and predict what's coming round the corner before you have to wait. But there we go. Okay. 1233, improvement to skate park, Oswestry, leisure and sport. That's on there, isn't it? Yes, sport, leisure areas. Link to protect. Yep.
hurry up.
Are they asking us to provide that consultation or?
People do that about an agreement with Shropshire Council.
Absolutely.
It's the site, isn't it? So I think the agreement with Shropshire Council has to come first, and we can do the consultation over what we provide. There's no point leading every youth up to the top of the hill and saying we're going to have this wonderful singing.
But also, we've also done, there's, the research has already been done by the young people about what they wanted in the skate park and things like that. So actually that information can be shared with Shropshire Council. So actually if you're going to upgrade it or update it, these are the things that are important to our young people. Like why are we doing the same thing twice? Or are they just going to repaint it and repair it? So, okay.
And I guess the next one, 1, 2, 3, 4 follows on with that. Bryn Abbott playing fields, isn't it? Same comments, are it? Well, and maybe 1, 2, 3, 5. Kyglass Park. That's for some play equipment to reflect disabilities with children with disabilities. I think we have got some of that in there, haven't we?
I've been to the last two meetings. Where have we got to with that? Because the last I heard, there was some I'm on an hour going over which bit of equipment was going in next. Like, is that something sorted?
I don't know, I was not the last. I was not the last.
Okay.
But I think we've got a discussion next time. I don't know that.
Okay.
No, don't know.
Okay.
Is
Why
the,
is that not?
the
Sweet.
yeah,
There was
there
a
was discussion about
few more
whether
months talking about that.
there was discussion about whether if you'd have fencing around it,
Well, no, because you can't access it.
no fence at the gate, but just so that kids didn't run into the front. There was something about that.
You can't enclose something that requires to be accessible. That defeats the point of it being accessible.
You'd still be able to access it, but it was something about the front and people not running into the.
I suppose, I understand that as a point. I was not on it, so I don't know the discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
no,
can't-
I don't know. I just
yeah,
looked
so
up some.
you can't put fencing. You can put like a safety bar in front to say something like say running into it. But you couldn't put
Yeah,
fencing
but
because you've got to think about the turning circle and navigation of wheelchair users, for example, or especially on a powered base because they're even bigger. So you can't
Is there
put
any
fencing
minutes
in.
anywhere from the meeting of that?
I think it was to look into that to see what you had to
That's
do.
fine.
for
I'm just going to come to the next one because this has been going on for well over like 2 years now and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
How about that one?
Well, there should be some requirements on the problem as to what you need to do.
Or we best be.
Right, we'll sort that, Sam.
Thanks.
Right. 1236, Marches School artificial grass pitch. Yeah, looks like it's on there, doesn't it?
Why are they not doing
Yeah,
it
me,
themselves?
Marcus, school themselves.
Where, I was going to say, why are they not paying for it themselves?
Because they can put it in, so they have to pay for it.
Yeah.
And everybody comes on that, we want to say that. Well, there is a need for, not specific, there is a need for supporting, what sort of forestry, there's a demand for stream tree protection, that won't be available to public, will it?
Oh, come on.
Yeah, they generally can't be, out in the Gloucestershire school, but I don't know the details. I remember this is 5 years old, and that grass.
No?
Okay, the next one, 1237, survey of the trees in the town.
That's not classed as infrastructure, so
It doesn't have anything.
No.
But this is the one that's just gone in. That's my daughter's part. You don't have anything in front of the normal swing, so
No,
why
there
would
isn't.
you- There isn't here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so why would you put something in front of it?
Okay.
I just find sometimes people put barriers when they don't need to.
Right, next one, 1238, upgrade of street lighting to LEDs. No, I wouldn't have thought so.
This is an infrastructure item.
The next one. Yeah. 1239, provision of additional burial ground for future need. I think that's very important.
There's a shortage of provision in Oswestry, Whittington, Somerset and Bowen. So, have had discussions with Shropshire Council about other pieces of land where we could possibly go towards a joint approach. But I think that's quite difficult on the part of the landlord in thinking about.
I mean, an obvious place is somewhere on Park Hall, but they then say there's asbestos in the ground, not that it's going to bother you if you're tucked away in a box, but there we are.
And I know, sorry, I know you're talking about burial ground, but are we also looking at alternative provisions? So like using green spaces for, not green spaces per se, but having alternative burial arrangements, so not necessarily bodies in the ground, because they take up less space. So,
I think it needs to be part of, part of the review. I think
because they've gone in Wixel, haven't they? They've got like the edge of a farmer's field is like forestry that's been turned into green burial space for things like ash scattering and alternative burial provision.
But also, importantly, we haven't got any provision for Muslim faith.
No.
As it stands, so I think it's really important in terms of why, there's
Yeah.
and the opportunity to start one from scratch is that you can design all of this in. So Oswestry, there is a special provision for infants, for example. So,
I mean, there was a review looking at all this because we were looking at digging them deeper so you can get 3 or 4 of the family in the one, and also stacking them. So where they've gone with that, I don't know, but this was ongoing a few years ago and we extended Whittington and I was looking into it.
yeah, so I think we'd say that this is a priority.
Okay, 1240, promotion of tourism and culture, local transport, links, etc. It says it's not an infrastructure project, so not appropriate to add to the place plan. However, you can work with Shropshire Council to promote the area. Comments?
It's not an issue for Oswestry, we've got a strong partnership with OBT.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. 1241, development small business units.
I think we had a debate thought about the future of the camping building, and that building, when they finish doing the external works to it, maybe the ground floor might be suitable for business units, but it's not in here, is it, anywhere that can be built, is it? Probably should be,
Yeah.
shouldn't it, because, and that might be a chance to include it. Really? How?
So the court,
Going with the small business units incubator might be reason to support, particularly in heritage buildings such as the Camden.
Yeah.
Because you're never going to fly, it's going to,
Yeah.
I mean, they're spending £1 million just doing the outside, they're not touched any of the heating or the internal works at all yet. That's going to be another big thing, so it's a massive investment to get that building functional again, and then you have the airport still, anything else is going to help it on its way, otherwise we're going to end up with a building that's, they can't let it because it doesn't meet modern standards in terms of energy efficiency.
Okay, thanks for that. 1242, Oswestry Showground upgrade of site. It's under culture, more detail on the project needed from towns of parishes, can follow up with a further discussion with the place plan officer. Is the showground under Oswestry? It's not, is it? Oh. Yeah, it comes under Whittington, that whole day. Yeah. Right? No, don't consider that. 1243, shopfront revitalisation scheme. More details on the project needed. Well, we're kind of doing that anyway, aren't we? So. We're getting there slowly, light at the end of the tunnel. 1244. Develop a tourist strategy, provide economics around funding resources, signposting, etc. It says it's not, promotion of tourism is not an infrastructure project. Okay, 1245. Establish local project to generate renewable energy. More details needed. Ding, ding, ding. Well, we've got the solar panels going up, haven't we?
Yeah, we have looked so far at the project to establish more solar panels on publicly owned buildings.
I think
Failed at that time, because
I think they should be on factory units. You know,
leisure centre, we've got a number of public smart.
the few that you have on your house are neither here nor there, but when you look at all the industrial units, why they all haven't been made to have panels and either have a reduction in rates or something to promote the panels.
I think Arlo have just put in.
Yeah, they are.
They just,
Yeah.
because they purchased a new unit.
Because the infrastructure is down on the industrial estate to take it away. So, you know, everything's there. So why council's not pushing that, I do not know.
I suppose the question for it being in here is the evidence of the need, isn't it? I don't think there's a doubt that it's
Yeah.
important, but this is a place plan document, so it's perhaps a suggestion
Yeah.
it's not in the right place.
No, yeah, I agree. But like on the new innovation park, the buildings there, they should be made. There should be no question. They should be made that they're having solar panels. End of. Yeah, I am. Okay, the next one, 1246, sites of community concern. What's it say about that? More details project needed with town council provided.
We used to be in a position, we used to have a regular agenda item, that's what this came here, where town councillors would be able to say, we have a problem in this ward or a problem with that particular sort of highways issue, and we used to have a list of 5 or 6, and you give to highways, and that they would address, so that was called sites of community concern. I think what they're saying here, they have got capacity or the funding to deliver that, and having to look at those sorts of work in a different way.
I guess we put it on the map on my street or whatever it's called, isn't it? And log it on that.
Grand Building, funding is now for the 2020-21 financial year. I know that right now.
Okay, 1247, sustainable transport plan, developing a local cycling and walking plan, which identifies network planning improvements. Not enough information, but I guess that needs to be on there, doesn't it? Because that's part of.
It's still on the plan, but it's just doing it now.
Well, they've got enough information in the LCW, haven't they? You can't say the LCW hasn't got enough information. I don't think that's valid as a comment.
No.
The projects in the LCW should be there to come forward with funded by seal. That was the whole point of doing it, I thought. So I don't understand why they're saying that their own LCW doesn't give them enough information.
And the other part of that is the bus, new bus trust choose one, isn't it? So shall I make a comment?
Yeah.
New bus trust choose.
And the last one, 1261. I didn't know Trevonian and Trevlock was in our patch. So that's not ours, Aaron. Right, thank you for your input on that. Aaron's got a lot of scribing, he should have brought Sandra with him. And that's the planning meeting closed at now. Thank you all very much.